Thank you so much for joining us on another interesting edition of our program, Issues of the Moment. Issues of the Moment is a current affairs program of Living Television Film Academy, Abia. Last Friday, we commenced our discussion on Abia State at the age of 30. And today we have a new set of discussants who are going to talk on that same topic. But the beauty of today's program is that we have a senior citizen, somebody who has reached the peak of his career in private legal practice. I'm talking about Chief Ichie Chus Moma, a senior advocate of Nigeria. Ichie Moma, welcome to the program. I also have somebody who is working assiduously to make sure that he gets to the peak of private legal practice in Nigeria. He is Emeka Pasco Onyago, an Abia-based legal practitioner. Onyago, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. It's my welcome. It's my pleasure.
Ichie, let me start with you. You are not from Abia, but you are more than qualified to talk about anything concerning this state. You have lived here all your life. You have seen everything concerning Abia. What is your assessment of Abia at the age of Abia? An honest assessment.
It's a very time moment the young life. My years of absence in the 60s as a student in the United Kingdom. I think, comparatively, Abia has made some better progress since the tenure of the present governor, prior to his coming into office, Abia had neglect in social amenities and infrastructure. But I think from 2000 to 20,000 has improved institution, and we need to try harder, even when we reach office, someone to come in and continue from where he stopped. But so far, the way infrastructure is being improved, which is a very, very important aspect of economic and social development. And I commend you for that. But there's still room for improvement.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, Mr. Onyago, do you agree with Ichie Moma? Or do you have a contrary opinion?
Thank you very much. Fact is sacred, and truth is universal. It is very glaring that the current regime of OBI has done pretty well in many aspects. We compare it to the previous civilian government. Let's leave the military out of this. For instance, in road infrastructure, every person who is an Abia person, as we call Onyaba, we know that the young man has done well in road infrastructure. And it is, nothing is perfect, just like silk. Herein said, there are rooms for improvement, but in road infrastructure, now done well. He's has done well because
We know how it used to be. There are many roads in Abia that if the previous regimes have done a little compared to what it has just done, we would have channeled this energy towards other issues. But it appeared the civilians that took over from the military left many things undone, especially in road construction and maintenance. So that aspect has done well.
Okay, thank you very much. Ichewama, we are not putting any administration trial here, but I want to thank you for your honesty saying that the present administration headed by OPC Victor Ibazum has done very well, especially in the area of road infrastructure. Is it only in this very area? Are there other areas you feel that Abia has not done very well after 30 years of existence as one of the federating units of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
Well, in my own assessment, development starts with road infrastructure. There are still a lot of room for improvement. For that road, these are main places into River State to River State. That's so far unimaginable neglect. River Road is a principal road in Abia. So far, some would say, how to go down? Look at it. Rome has not brought you to the day. We still need development, social development in the educational and health sectors. But I'll tell you the truth. Both military governors and civilian governors, before it is now, neglected that. And I can say that authoritatively. Thank God I came back as soon as the Civil War ended. Came back straight to Abia, where I was born. We need room for improvement. Our schools, public schools, make a difference. Now, most of us send our children to private schools. They are exorbitant, and exploitative of the parents. I will give you one example. Kigali. The Kigali of
is it Rwanda?
Rwanda. When we develop the public schools, and let's go to the standard that nearly all the private schools couldn't meet that standard, and they closed down. They fold out. We shouldn't encourage the educational sector being commercialized and taken over by entrepreneurs whose sole aim is to make money. Those of us who can afford to send our children to private schools will pay through our notice. That is not right. Health and education remains the principal target, one of the principal targets. The world infrastructure, health and education are the principal targets of any administration. There are still room for improvement. But tell you the truth, all the way that government adjustment from the military administrators until completely neglected that aspect, particularly about the industrial hub of the state. It's a pity. Regrettable. Let's be optimistic. Let's look forward to a better tomorrow. and forget the failures of the past. I will encourage the governor before he leaves to do more and give a very good example for the successor. I think there is big room for improvement. I encourage him. I will probably want to see now if you want to go to Port Harcourt, you have to take Fox Road. Stay Fox Road, hold up for about 2 hours before you start the cultural journey along the expressway to Lumoriba. As long as you cross Lumoriba, you are in the that is got Ohan Road. You get to the place. There's only 2 exits out of Havana. It's either going to go through Osisano or you go through Omohio. You can't, the free flow of traffic that existed along Port Harcourt Road is no longer there. It is not longer. So I commend the governor for what you've done. You have done so far. But I will encourage him to do more before he leaves office.
Okay, Iche, thank you very much, sir. From what Iche has said so far, it has been a pass mark to the present administration. Now, based on that, can it be said that there was no genuine commitment on the part of the past leaders of Abia, particularly from 1999 when democracy was restored in Nigeria to 2015 to ensure that Abia was developed?
Well, Mr. Zems, whatever what is discussing or looking at is relative. And starting from the origin of OUK, we used to hear of Dubai routes to TA. We witnessed Dodo at this regime. Some people are talking about Shanghai route. But the truth of the matter is this. Let something be done and seem to be done. The roads, if we are singling out road infrastructure, if you have just done 1 kilometer of road, let it be well done. Let it be seen that it has been done. Not a road that will not last up to 6 months. It will spoil. After doing a road, it will not last the next rainy season. To me, that is a mere palliative. If you want to do it. Not doing many roads in good, while nothing has been done at all. We are eulogizing the current administration in the sense that there are certain areas in our back roads in Abia that hitherto nobody attends setting his or her there because of the condition. But there are certain ones that have been done that is nothing to write home about. Like the Vice Senior is talking about Fox Road. Fox Road was done, yes. But how long did it last? As I'm speaking now, you cannot drive past from Fox Road down to Express. Abia Road that was before now better is getting worse, and that's why you have problem. Another roads like the Ohanko, Oboria, Wata, etc., and Port Harcourt Road. These roads have been here before this regime came in. But it got worse for the level that some of these roads, instead of doing the piecemeal, a lot of buildings were demolished, a lot of infrastructure that were there were removed, thinking that the thing will just get done in a space of time. And as time goes on, it deteriorates. And as we speak, you cannot trek greater part of Waterford Road, greater part of Oboya Road, greater part of Ohanko. The Uber road that is ongoing, if it rains, it's a no-go area. These areas need to be taken good care of. If it's in a situation where good counseling took place, we wouldn't have jumped into knocking down everything, doing a whole lot of this at the same time. And at the time, it got to a point that it's unmanageable. Some person before ODI gets out, he will finish. It's not true. Nobody finishes whatever he starts within even your lifetime. But the little you can do it very well. From my own assessment, he has done better than these other civilians that were there before him. But there are a lot of things to be done, especially apart from my senior mentioned education. It impressed me to call all these schools you call private schools, they are not schools. They cannot be graded as schools. How can you use one room or one building to run more than 1,000 children? When I was in school, we had playgrounds, we had farms, we had all these areas, but no school now, no school at all can say we have these things for the training, upbringing of our pupils, of our students, body, soul, and etc.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we have made your point. But at this point, we are going to take a break. And when we come back, we will continue with this, our discussion. Today, we are taking a look at Abia State at 30, the journey so far. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the program. This is Issues of the Moment. And like I said earlier before we went on that short break, we are still discussing Abia State at 30, the journey so far. Now, Paris Tonyako, before we went on that break, you were talking about education, what has been happening in that very sector, which is a critical sector of Abia economy. And I still remember that Abia State has been taking the first position in external examinations like WAEC. And yet, people are saying that teachers are not well motivated. Is that not a contradiction?
It's not a contradiction at all, my dear brother. That one made first class in an examination does not mean the in-depth of education, an educated person. one, the environment, conducive environment. You have been hearing of this magical or whatever centers. You can go there and have your way and buy it.
Okay, miracle centers.
But the issue is this: in education, in Montessori, in what is known as education, there are certain requirements. The environment of a school, how you are breeding your pupils or students, the conduciveness of the area. Now, the teachers, the motivation. If a pupil passed very well, does not mean that the teacher was well motivated. And that is why you see people, when you take your children to school, you then go and appoint lecturers or tutors who will still be teaching. When I went to school, then nobody taught me after my teachers. They were the people teaching everything. And you cannot give what you don't have. What is the level of education of our teachers these days? There are no teacher training colleges. The college of education, no motivation. And even the quality of people you have to come and train them as teachers. These days, the qualification for being a teacher is the least. 120 or 150. Is that how you breed your first class? Is that how you breed geniuses? No. So that you made a better result in an examination does not mean there is quality. There are some third class that are better than first class. It depends on what to give. Like we say, people that don't have it. You don't give what you don't have. That is the truth. And again, the government does not pay. They don't look at their teachers as people that want it. One does not need to sit down here and tell you the number of months teachers are being owed or others workers are being owed. We are analyzing and appraising Abia at 30. There are certain things that must be on ground before you say, oh, it's now good. It's not yet good.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, Iche, most people are saying that when you look at the southeastern states, that Abia is lagging behind almost in every sector. They always cite the instance of Ebonyi State, which is doing very well if we must tell ourselves the truth. Why is it that Abia is not living up to expectation? Is it because of the foundation when that state was created in 27th August 1991? Is it as a result of a faulty foundation?
Well, Abia as a civilian state that can be under democratically elected governors started with very bad governors. I must say this. I once said that the problem of Igbo leadership is the ambition to make money and become billionaires overnight. But forget that nobody ever goes to his grave with all the buildings, his cars and his girlfriends and his wife and material possessions. You are remembered for what you give your lifetime for the betterment of the society, not for the amount of money you have accumulated, not for the amount of material wealth you left behind. I think we need philosophers to rule us. Maybe it was one of the great philosopher kings, one of the Greek philosophers that said that things will be philosophers. People who are spiritually motivated to serve the society. There is no spiritual motivation in Abia State in general, and Nigeria in general, to serve. The one common ambition is how much money one can make for himself, his family, his children, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren. people who have donated so much money that they posted that even their great-grandchildren will not experience poverty. How when they died, the family had to go about borrowing money to bury them families. You can't predict God. You are not God. God is the giver. The one given to you in a clean way is the one that will benefit your generations. Generations after you. The one, like I said, okay, they have done comparatively well, but I still a lot of room for improvement. That's why we haven't had that sense of commitment for service to our society.
On the part of our past leaders?
Yes, on the part of our past leaders. They know themselves, we know them. I'm not here for them calling them. But they know themselves, and we know them. Abia State has suffered neglect. I knew when I was a young man, a young boy, I was 1 year. I know this about an Abia society very well. My family has been here since 1919. We have spent more than 2 years here.
1919?
1919. My father came to Abia in 1919 at the age of 17.
That's a very long time.
As a very young man, at the age of 17. And he trekked from Oregon.
And more than a century.
And it took him 2 days to make it to Abia. And we've been here since then. Well, I've been here for a very long time. So I know this society very well. You can even say I'm an older man because when there is need for it, I friendly speak over dialect comfortably. But the point is that we have not had good leadership for Abia State. We have not. And I'm still anticipating that before Governor President is office, there should be an industrial estate in Abia, somewhere in our hill, established and functional. Igbos are businessmen, we are traders, we are fabricators. That is the miracle of the 20 pounds we are given at the end of the Civil War. We made those who punished us in that manner look like idiots. Today, we control the world of Nigeria through bits of hard work. We should be encouraged. I will appeal to our government, who are so far I have commended. So far I have commended. I will appeal to him to encourage entrepreneurship, industry, fabrication, production. I have a dream where Abia will become the commercial and industrial hub of Eastern Nigeria.
Or even beyond.
Or even beyond. And this is the record. I want to be proud of this place. We need an industrial estate. Somewhere cited either in Obiwa or Usioma or Bunabo.
Okay.
We need an industrial.
Okay. Iche, thank you very much for that valuable information. Now, Ms. Bunyago, we are going to take a short break. Before we go on that break, I want to ask you this question. And please, I want you to be as brief as possible. Iche has said that we have not done very well, but at present, the present administration is trying to live up to expectation. What do you think we can do as a people to ensure that we have good leaders, somebody who has been tested to take over from OKC to continue in building the Abia of our dream in 2023? Is there any role the people can play in this aspect? I want you to be brief.
It's like I'm wishing me because this question is not a question of answer. but I have to try within the circumstances that we need. The truth of the matter is that our leaders have not given the so-called masses the hope to follow. Let me give you a short and appropriate answer. Like what is happening in our markets. Currently, the present government is trying to rejig Abia international market. But you and I know that Abia is nothing but international. Why? The people, the traders, the businessmen collude with the so-called leaders. When I was growing up in Abia, here, we have motor parks in Abia. We have between two lines, trailers, vehicles passed. But now, you cannot even trek. Why? The government staff, the workers, the people in the leadership, and the people in the market, they collude and sell off everywhere, even to the taking point that you cannot even breathe in the market. And that is the reason the present government is saying that we have to demolish some areas and build up some areas which has been in the pipeline for over 10 years now. Nobody will do that. There's no firefighter house there, nothing. But people are every day milking others, try. The problem of leadership in Igbo and not even Abia alone is we do not think of tomorrow. We do not think of what will happen to a child born today, the next 10, 20 years.
Okay, thank you very much. We are going to take another short break, and when we come back, we will continue with this program. Stay tuned.
The Living Television Film Academy Abia wishes to inform all the candidates who applied for the Skill Acquisition Scholarship Program sponsored by His Excellency Okezie Victor Ibazu PhD for a one-year certificate training in film and mass communication that registration will commence on Monday 9th and end Friday 20th August 2021 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily at the Academy's main campus, number 1 Judges Road, opposite Esiama Police Station, Opobo Road, Abia. Registration of intending trainees will be on first-come, first-served basis. Meanwhile, the auditioning of actors cum actresses for our epic film Ijani will commence on 21st August 2021. Interested actors cum actresses are invited to join as students and trainees in the film production. Enquiries 0816 641 1400. Management announcer.
But it's not that you are bribing an officer like me.
No.
Not tomorrow night you go tell them say you don't bribe officer like me.
No.
back to the program. You are still watching Issues of the Moment, and today we are continuing with our discussion on Abia State at 30, the journey so far. Iche, let me ask you this question. In 2023, we are going to have another general election, and our dream is to have a governor who will take over from OKC so that he will continue from where OKC stopped to give us Abia of our dream. But how can we do that when you take into account that the votes of the people hardly count? Now our governors are being decided in locus, and that is your area.
Well, it's a question best for sympathy, and I'll take it dispassionately. The problem we have is this thing they call zoning. Abia North, Abia Central, Abia South. So it will be the turn of a zone to give us a government. Any idiot from there gets a ticket. Not based on merit or capabilities, or on the sentiment of our government. Abia North, the return of Abia North, the return of Abia South, the return of Abia Central. We must erase that from our consciousness and go for the best. After we have done that, then we stop making a public office a matter of desperation. Our politicians are desperate. And this desperation interferes with the regular operation of the democratic process of the election. Our politicians are prepared to kill. Spilling of blood means nothing to them. Interfering with the voting process means nothing to them. And they end up in an election petition where the court finally chooses a government for the people. It's the responsibility of the court to choose a leader or a ruler for the people. It is the democratic process that does that. And when you have a clean, regular, democratic process, you don't need to go to court. And you know the courts have been sorry. Court can now stay in Kogi State and decide who won a primary in another state. One day court in Katsina State will decide who is the candidate of a particular political party in Abia State or River State. So as I'm concerned, it amounts to abuse of judicial process.
Okay.
I don't know why we have that type of situation. It is a problem.
Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Onyako, there is no way we can have genuine development without the cooperation of the people and those in government. But it does appear there is a disconnect between the government and the people. Don't you think that it's also contributing to what we are seeing today in Abia?
Yeah, the only time the electorate, as it were, have anything to do with the political elites is during the electionary campaign period. You'll be hearing noise here and there in the air, papers, tele, and buses where they will go into the public and hire jobless youths who will be shouting and singing their praises. That is when you see them calling you Onishi, calling you whatever name that they will use to appease you, and they will use you for whatever they want, either to kidnap people, snatch ballot boxes, detain some people that they term their enemies, etc., etc. As soon as they put themselves there, because nobody puts them there, they will lock the gate. And in locking the gate, those jobless youths and adults they used who have nothing to do, they will now turn against the society. But they will not get at those people that hired them. Already they had built hedges, used our security men and women to guide themselves and push these people, these hyenas, into the populace, and they will maroon. So the issue is this, like I said, there has never been this relationship that we are serving you. The masses, so-called, are the people being at the top of the echelon. They are the people, what you call as a governor or senator. So long as you are a politician, you are serving those people who, as it were, voted you in. But it's not like that. It is, the whole thing has been put upside down. So long as you are at the end of affairs, these people don't matter, because they know what you want. Maybe your want is a cup of garri, or a bag of cement, or 10,000 naira, or whatever. As soon as you receive it, or you forget it, they will jolly well do whatever they want. They can do and undo. You cannot say anything. You have already mortgaged your conscience. That is the problem we are seeing in the society. So by the time the masses, you and I, realize that these people are mere servants. Like one of the governors in the north, I think Niger State then, called himself a servant governor. That is what they are supposed to be, servant governor. But no, what do you call these people at the lowest echelon, the local government councillors? They are as good as governors. They are lords. They are whatever they call themselves, let alone a governor or a president. The other time I had the privilege of being here, I told you that we don't have what is known as democracy as far as this country is concerned. All we have is a civilian regime, and the kind of civilian regime we have is even more draconian than the military. You just days, your days is as good as mine. From the federal government to the local government, what we have is where one man or a set of people, a cabal so-called, will dish out orders and everybody will put to.
I think we are gradually coming to the end of this very program. But before we draw the curtain, let me ask you this. What do you think can be done to ensure that we have the Abia of our dream?
Well, it is easy, simple. Let the best candidate win election. Clearly, let us get rid of electoral malpractices, and let us stop saying it is the turn of north, south,
or central.
Let's get the best candidate and let them be. No desperation in fighting for public office. The problem of leadership in Nigeria is desperation. People make politics a career, a profession. It is not. My lecturers in England were members of parliament. They were still teaching. Some of them are still in legal practice, but they go to parliament to decide the issues of the nation. But they remain lecturers. They teach in the universities, they lecture in the Institute of Court, College of Education. But here, politics is regarded as a full-time job and a career. It's considered conditions were not for survival and existence. It is not. It is not. People should first of all have a profession, and let's not make politics a career or a profession.
Thank you very much, Iche. That is coming from a senior citizen of this very country, Chief Iche Chukwumoma, a senior advocate of Nigeria. He is saying that the best way we can get the Abia of our dream is to ensure that the best leader emerge in 2023. I also want to thank Emeka Pascal Onyago for a wonderful contribution. Iche.
Mr. Zen, sorry. May I say just one sentence? I doubt if the so-called best candidate will win in this kind of environment.
Okay, thank you. 2023 we decide. Iche, it's always a pleasure having you on this very platform.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure.
And Pastor Onyago, thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure.
I want to thank you, the viewer, for being part of today's edition of our program. My name is Chimezie Ozems. Thanks for watching.